we got one more thing. Okay. We're going to get started. So let's go ahead and make sure you have plenty of space to move around. And let's get a little music going. All right. So from here, let's start with our feet hips distance. We're going to start with 3 roll downs. So I want you to start with this roll down with a nice soft knee. Tailbone is nice and heavy towards the floor. And we're just going to reach those arms up to the sky. Take a nice big inhale, and as we exhale, the arms come down, you start to round forward. Your abdominal wall and ribs pull in and up as we round, coming down just as far as it feels good this morning. And then we're going to press into the floor to draw up. Then you're just going to sweep your arms up, and you're going to sit back in a chair as you reach the chest up and the hips back. We're going to do that again. We round forward, chin to chest. Feel that spine lengthen out. And then we soften the knees, we scoop, and we reach, and we lift up. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Lifting the body, rounding up and over. Lifting up, soften the knees, scoop the arms, and reach. So you're trying to arch your back here. Again, lift up and round forward. Getting that breath to flow in and out. We lift up, soften, and sweep. Let's do that one more time. That feels so good. Inhaling, lifting, growing taller as we round forward. And we draw back up, soften the knees, and we stretch. From here, go ahead and place the hands behind the head. And we're just going to open and close those elbows 4 times. I really want you to feel the chest squeeze here and then the shoulder blade squeeze there. So we're just opening the front and the back of the upper body. Good, let's do that one more time. Now we're just going to twist left and right and left, twist. So as we twist, our spine grows taller. We're spiraling out and away from the pelvis, up and away. Good, exhale here. Shh. Shh. One more each side. Shh. Shh. Holding center, open and close 4 times. Really exaggerate the movement. You can even bring your chin down as your elbows come together, feeling that stretch in the shoulder blades. Good, one more time. Open wide and we stretch side to side. Really reach that elbow to the sky and down to the floor, keeping that chest nice and open. One more to your left. Then we come center. Now we just do this twice, 2 of each. Open and close. And then we twist right and left, twice. Drawing that belly button in just a little bit right there. And then we open and close twice. And we go into that side tilt, right and left, twice. Waking up that spine. Now we just do 1 of each. So we close, open, twist, twist, close, open, side bend, and side bend. Lots of choreography. And then from here, we're just going to press the walls away. Bend and press. We're doing some swan arms, ballet arms, but it's just warming up your shoulder, stretching your forearm. Press and press. So you're letting your shoulders shrug and unshrug here, making some nice big motions. Let's do 3 more. Press and press. Again, making sure you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You press and hold. And we're just going to cross and open. So it's similar to that activity we were doing with the elbows bent. You want to open the chest and open the back. Squeeze the back. Good. So nice and slow. You're seeing how far your arms can go behind you. I'm just going to do 1 more cross, top and bottom. Then you're going to open wide. Hands come down by your side. Let's do just 3 big shoulder rolls. Up and around. Nice big shrugs. Then the shoulders come down the back. I want you to sit back in a chair and sweep the arms up. So you're sitting back in a chair. Your bottom is reaching back. Weight is mostly in your heels. Your abs are in. And we're just going to come down into little pulses. You're just trying to tap your booty as if you're sitting on a chair there. Arms are reaching. If this bothers your shoulders, reach the arms forward. So here we're just trying to get the strength in the upper back. And notice how much more you have to pull the abs in if your arms are your arms reach forward. Now both heels are going to come up as you press the arms back. So heels lift and lower. You reach and lift. So the arms push back for a little counterbalance. You really have to find your center, find your balance as you lift and lift. So the knees are going to reach over those toes a little bit. Reach and push. Good, lots of work here. Let's do 2 more. Press and press on this one. Reach the arms back, hold the heels high. Heels stay high, we keep sitting back, the arms sweep up. And now from here you push into those toes and we rise up. So you're pushing, lifting, lengthening, keeping the heels lifted, lifted, lifted. Think of drawing those inner thighs towards each other a little bit. And then the heels come down, the arms come wide. Hands onto the hips, big breath in. Long exhale. Now from here we're just going to be rotating to external rotation on the balls of our feet. So we're going to lift, bring the heels together, lift, heels apart. Lift, heels together, and apart. So you're feeling that opening through the hips. It's not just the toes turning out. It's not just the heels moving in. It's all the way up the leg into the pelvis. Good, we're going to do 3 more here. And a 2. Good, nice control. And a 1, we're going to hold it here. Now you're going to soften your knees. You're going to lift your right heel up. And we're going to pulse. And as you pulse, I want you to think of pushing into your toes. So we're stretching the foot here. We're lifting it up. Just 3 more. So now you're going to lift the toes, hold. Now the weight goes into your standing legs so you can roll up and over the top of the toes. So you're stretching the top of the foot there. We're going to do that 3 times. You roll back over, heel comes down, heel up, roll over the toes. Oh, it's a big stretch to that top of the foot. We don't do this very often. It's really good. 1 more time. And then down. Other side, we lift the heel, little pulses. And as you come down, the heel lifts higher. The knee moves out a little bit, feeling that stretch in the groin even. Good. 3 more, and we're going to roll over those toes. You hold it down, weight goes into that standing leg. We're light as we lift up over those toes, stretch, ooh, and down. Good, up and we're already practicing balance here, so important. Up and press, and down. Let's do that 1 more time. Round, press. Think of that top of the foot reaching away, bring it back down, and we squeeze in and up. We're gonna come into a second position. We're going to get the shoulders in alignment, palms reaching down. We're just going to go into some pliés. The arms will reach and then down. So we're going to do that 8 times, and then we'll add into a side stretch. We're going to do 2 rounds of this little series here, down and up. So now what we're doing is finding how open are our hips this morning. Can we feel as if we're sliding down the wall? Spine is nice and tall. We have 1 more here. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add a side stretch as we come up. Stretch. Plie down, up, and stretch. So we're going to go side to side with the plie in between. Reach and stretch. Anytime I add some arm activity on, if that confuses you, I'd rather you have your hands on your hips and just do the movement of the body. And reach. So as we're stretching, you're pushing into that opposite foot to ground yourself in the center. And stretch. You're also drawing that belly button in and up, and those front ribs down a little bit. 1 more here. You're going to hold the arms out wide, come into a plie, lift your right heel, and we pulse. So why I do a lot of the releves is to strengthen our feet, the thing that hits the earth and keeps our body moving forward through the day. They need to be strong. We're going to switch heels. Other heel comes up and we pulse. Now really draw the shoulders down and press down actively into those hands. 2 more. Now we're going to come down, hold, lift both heels up, find your balance. Tiny little pulses. Your tailbone is heavy. Abs are your strength from your center. Arms are stretching. 3, 2, 1. Heels come down. Now we come down and up. 8 times. Maybe come a little bit lower, add a little more finish the series, your right heel comes up and we pulse for 8. Palms are forward here. Reaching those arms as wide as you can. 3 more, then we switch heels. And we switch. We have 8. Really press into those toes, lifting that heel high, getting that nice stretch. 3, 2, 1. We hold, both heels come up. Little pulses. So your heels do not have to be high. They can just be barely off the floor. Keep tucking the tailbone under. We have 3, 2, 1. Hold here for a moment. Keep the heels lifted. Push into those legs. Stretch it up. Find that balance like we did in that first position. Feel those inner thighs draw towards each other as you reach, reach, reach. Heels will come down. Now toes will rotate forward. You're going to soften your knees. You're just going to pitch it forward with a nice flat back here. Now as you're reaching with a flat back, push your feet out in the way and feel your hips sit back a little bit more. Now from here, we're just going to bring our hands to the floor. You're going to straighten and bend your legs 3 times. Nice deep bend and stretch. Let the head drop, let the neck relax. 1 more time. And we're going to roll it up. Good. Big shoulder roll, shrug 3 times. Let that breath balance itself by breathing in deep and letting go. 1 more time. Now from here, we're just going to toe heel all the way in and shake it out. So we're going to go ahead and grab our light weights. No weights or light weights. So I've said this in a lot of my classes, but sometimes we hear it or don't hear it, or we're not actually in the room. So if you're not using a weight, the more intensity that you add to your own musculature, the more strength you'll gain. So if I'm just lifting here, I'm really just bending my elbow. I'm not working my muscles are working, but they're not assisting me. Or I'm assisting and they're assisting me at the same time when I increase the tension. So I'm squeezing my energy. And I want you to try that with all different directions. You can reach and pull, and you can feel it almost even more than when you're using weights. So that's just an idea, so that means if you don't use weights, it's all good. All right, we're gonna do a couple arm combinations here, hoping to work all the angles. Let's go and find a second position, shoulders in alignment. Now from here, we're just gonna start with a plie, and the arm's gonna reach out to the side and down. Stretch the arms out. The legs are always an option. You can keep your legs nice and straight and just do the arms, or you can add in the legs. Good, reach. We're gonna do 8 more here. There's almost like a little pause right there, so you can get the juice of the work. And we're also not letting those arms just fall back down. Good, let's do 3 more. And 1 more. Now from here, your left arm's gonna come up, your palm's gonna rotate. You're gonna soften those knees. Now you're just going to reach across the body, pull back, and extend. So that's the exercise, where you reach. So I want you to try and keep your shoulders forward. So I'm not moving my chest, I'm not moving my upper body, I'm not rotating with my torso. I'm just reaching across, pulling back, push it out. Good, across, and reach. We have 2 more here, and then we're going to add on 1 more. Now from here, you're just going to bend the elbow, and you're going to press up and down 8 times, or sorry, 10. 8, 7. So again, you're pressing and pulling, you're really squeezing those lats down. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to add them together, but you're going to punch across, punch out, punch up. So punch across, and out, and up. Reach, out, and up. Reach, out, and up. So you might want to try rotating your palm as your shoulder moves. But just feel that work there. We have 3 more. 2, reach across. And 1 more. Reach across. Sorry, it up, didn't I? We're here. You rotate the palm to face the opposite side of the room. We pull it down all the way into your rib cage, press all the way up. So now we're just reaching our elbow forward, our hand forward, and we're pulling the elbow in, pushing up. Eight more here. So again, get that elbow tracking forward, straight up and straight down. 4 more. You got it. And then the hand comes all the way down. Big shoulder shrug. We get to the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and let the hips go just for a moment. Reignite your center as we come into a plie. You're going to stretch the arm out. You're going to bring it across, bend and stretch. Across. So again, your chest doesn't move on this one. And you're just sweeping it across, pulling and pushing out. Good, keeping that arm right out from the shoulder. Let's do 3 more here. We're going to add that overhead press. 2 and 1. From here we press up, out, across, out, up, out, across, and out. It kind of helps sometimes to say those things in your mind over and over again so you can keep the movement. I need to, because I sometimes change the exercise midway. Reach out, across, out, and up, across, out, and up. Sorry, I did change it there. So don't do as I'm doing, just do as I said in the beginning. And up. Good, across, out, and up. 2 more here. Across, and up. Last one. Now we hold it up, and up. Keep drawing the shoulder down the back and keeping the chest nice and open. More. Now you're going to bring that palm inward, and we're going to go all the way up, all the way down. Feeling it on this side so much more quickly. We have 2 more. Up, and bring it down. Very nice. Big shoulder roll. From here, you're going to rotate your palms up. Elbows are reaching behind your spine. We're going to reach out to a V. Pull back in, and then you're going to press the arms back and reach. So it's bend, push, bend, press back, palms facing up. So it's reach, palms up, palms up. So you're getting a nice rotation of the shoulder. You're curling in and pushing back, curling in and out. So you're making space by moving your elbows wide, sweeping in and out. Press, scoop and reach. So let both elbows track inward, in, and then out. Good. So you are pitching it forward just a tiny bit to make space for those arms behind you. And you're really finding that tiny little pause right in that reach and right in that reach. So now we're going to do 1 more of each, and we're going to add on to the front and back. So you're going to reach your arms out, hold, lift. So the elbows are soft. We're lifting from the shoulders, not the elbow. So keep opening that chest and lifting the spine. Good, 4 more here. Holding here, now you stretch and bend, stretch and bend. So you're reaching, pulling, reaching, pulling. squeeze your biceps into your ribs. And now we're going to start moving side to side. So you're going to bend one knee, center, the other knee. So you can do this in turnout or parallel, just making sure your knee doesn't track too far over your toes, down and up. So the body's just moving side to side, and you're squeezing it out. Now as you come up through the center, feel everything zip up. So there's a lot of different connections you can make in the movements we're doing. But make each one nice and clean. Add some integrity to each one. Can you make the next one maybe a little cleaner, a little more intentional than the last one? Good. Feel what it feels between your hands. See what happens, what's happening in your knees. Good. Let's do one more each side. We're going to hold center. We're going to pulse those bicep curls. So hold center. Halfway we pulse up and down. Keep pressing those weights together. That adds a connection into the chest and the shoulders. Good. Continue this little mid-range lift. We're just going to open the palms to the sky. Keep those weights pressing together. We're lifting and lowering. Good. We're on the home stretch. Start to slide down into a little plie. Continue. Keep moving those knees out wide, dropping the tailbone. We have 8, 7. Last 2. Hands come all the way down. Rotate the palms, big shoulder roll. And let's just do one quick roll down. Chin to chest, let the weights add a little extra weight and stretch to the spine. And then we're going to go ahead and draw ourselves right back up. Another big shoulder roll. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and place those weights to the side. Grab yourself a sip of water. Now our minds and bodies are all connected beautifully. All right, so we're going to do 2 combinations. I would like us to try the first combination away from the bar. If at any point you need to bring your hand to the bar for balance, please do that. I know we all have to kind of move our cameras around each time depending on what we're doing. But I'm going to show you the combination we're going to do here. Hands are an option. Sometimes when we use opposite arm, opposite leg, it can get confusing, but you're all intelligent. I know you can do this. So we're going to start with a second position plie. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be doing. We're going to be taking this leg and you're just going to sweep it forward into an attitude. Then you're going to sweep it back out to second, and then you're going to take this leg back into a curtsy. So it's second, sweep, second, curtsy. And they're going to be adding on after we do several of those. We're going to hold the lift in the front and do some things here. And then we're going to hold the leg back and we're going to do some curtsy stuff here. Okay, so I'll walk you through it, but that's the basic combination. We're going to do 2 sets of 8 so we have time to feel the energy of the movement and clean the movement up. So nice big breath, shoulder roll, get ourselves prepared in our center. Again, you're growing taller with each move. We're going to step out to second position. So let's start. You come into a plie. You sweep it forward, plie, step it back. So we'll do the first round of 8 without any arms, and we'll add the arms on if you choose. So second, sweep, second, back. So you have to know where that foot is going in order to get that lift and that reach. Sweep, second, back. So watching the knees, making sure you keep that turnout as that leg comes back down. One more here, and then we're going to add the arms. So now that left arm is going to come up, opposite arm, opposite leg. And we're going to add a side bend and sweep. Again, you do not have to use the arms here. You continue the same thing with the legs. Again, all of this can be done without the arms. The arms are just adding a little opposition and some stretch. 2 more here. Second, lift, second, curtsy. Last one, second, forward, second, curtsy. Now we're going to hold to the front. We're going to sweep that arm all the way up, tap and lift. So your standing leg is nice and strong. This is where you might want to hold on to the bar. Keeping that external rotation so the knee and toe are turned out. And we're lifting from we're scooping in and lift. 6 more here. Again, external rotation. Lots of balance. 3, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna lift the leg up. You're gonna extend the leg out and micro bend. Stretch and bend. Stretch and bend. Good. Both hips stay facing forward. Make sure you're not starting to rotate. Reach and bend. Good. Really get that stretch so you feel your quad activate. You're pointing through that toe. Good. 3 more. Now we're going to do the same thing, but you're going to flex the foot and you're going to push. Bend, push. Keeping the knee and toe turned out. You're pressing through that heel. Press. So you're feeling that oppositional connection as you press through that heel. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. So it comes back down. We come back to that second position. Now from here we curtsy back. So in that curtsy, I want you to reach the arms up. We're going to curtsy and you're going to sweep looking back towards that foot. We're going to come up and thanks, it's okay. And reach. So now I want you to sit back in that hip. The back heel is lifted. That's your kickstand. Most of that energy is in that front left leg and we're sweeping. Abs are in right here as we reach. Hips and arms. Up and down. Stretch and down. 8 more here. Really working that standing leg. You're stretching it long and bending it. Good. We have 4 more here. We're going to hold that curtsy. 1 more. You hold the curtsy. Hand on the knee. Stretch that back arm and we sit it down. So we're just doing little pulses. I want you to activate that glute that's behind you. Abs are in to help the spine stay long and we're just pulsing it out. Starting to feel a little connection there. 10 more. 4 more here. A little bit deeper. 2 and 1. Come all the way back up to second position. Slide the hands to your knees. Pitch it forward. Let's go ahead and stretch. Pushing that knee out as we twist. Nice big inhale, other side. Press and lengthen the spine. You should feel that groin stretch here as you push out. 1 more each side. And switch. Find that nice beautiful stretch. Coming back to the center, knees open wider, hips sit down. And then stretch the legs long and straight, stretch your spine. So now you're here. Just lengthen those legs, pushing into the sides to lengthen the spine. Now we're going to lift up with a flat back all the way up. We're going to do some nice big hip circles. Releasing that ball and socket joint of the pelvis. Keeping it nice and lubricated and healthy. 1 more, let's reverse it. Finding your breath. My heart rate's up, I don't know about anybody else. I'm feeling it. Last circle. And let's just tick-tock side to side. All right, we're gonna step our feet together. Shake out the feet, grab some water. We're gonna do the same combination to the other side. For mental order and mental stimulation, through the aging process, doing multiple tasks in the body and repetitive tasks and using opposition keeps the brain super sharp. It's like mental, I always say this and I love to say that, physical Sudoku. So we are connecting into our body in such a way that we're actually regenerating some neurotransmitters for vitality, which is great. So we're gonna find that second position. Now this leg's gonna be doing the work. So it's second, sweep, second, curtsy. So each one you get a chance to figure it out, to feel what's happening. If I'm going too fast, you can slow it down. If I'm going too slow, speed it up. So you're making sure that knee stays tracking over the toes right there. And back. We're going to do 2 more. We're going to add the arms on if you like. 1 more here. So now we just add the arms. The flex foot has a different dynamic. Oh, press and press. Good, lots of balance, that standing leg. 3, 2, 1. And the leg comes back out to second. Arms reach up. And we're going to curtsy. Down and back and up. Down to second and back. So with this one, again, make sure both knees track open. And then you sit the hips back. Arms up. Sit it back. Maybe add a little extra abdominal engagement right here as the hips move back. These exercises are actually more challenging on the muscles when we move slower, because we're getting the full range of motion without using momentum. We have one more. We're going to step back into the curtsy. Front hand comes down, back hand reaches, we pulse. So knee and toe are tracking, hips are sitting back, you should feel it in that glute in the back side. So it's the leg moving, the upper body does not shift up and down, the spine stays long. In through the nose, out through the mouth, long exhales, long inhales. We have 10 more. Down, up, out and in. Keep tucking the tailbone under a little bit right there. We just have 4 more here. 4, 3, woo, 2, and 1. Stretch it all the way up, heels come down. Woo, let's do a little quad stretch after that one. So shake it out. I personally like to bring my knee up first, find my ankle, and then move my leg back. But if you want to just whip that foot back there, you can. My leg's long, it's hard to do that. So from here, you're just letting that knee drop to the floor. Pressing the pelvis forward gently. Find that length of the spine. Now I want you to pull the heel towards your bottom. Then I want you to press your foot into your hand and then press the hip forward. Now I want you to bend that standing leg. We're going to let that knee move to the side and press the hips forward again. And then release that press of the hips, but pull your heel towards your bottom. And we'll gently, mindfully bring that leg down for the other side. So you're going to reach for that ankle, dropping that knee down. Let the shoulder roll back and down. So it's a nice stretch for the shoulder as well. Now I want you to gently press the pelvis forward. Let that foot be heavy in your hand. Now release that press forward of the hips and pull your heel towards your bottom. Soften your standing leg, move that leg out to the side, press your pelvis forward. Release that pelvis press and pull your heel towards your bottom. And then we mindfully let that foot come down. Shake it out, very nice. So now we're gonna all face our bars, or our tables or chairs, what have you. We're gonna work a little bit of booty standing. So from here, we're gonna find a parallel stance. We're gonna soften the knees, and then you're gonna pitch it forward from the pelvis, so your hips move back here. Taking that front leg, we're gonna stretch it back behind us, and I want you to turn the hip, knee, and toe out a little bit. So your front foot is in parallel, your hips stay forward and shoulders forward, but the back hip turns out just a little bit. And you're gonna lean forward as that leg rises, and then we're just gonna tap and lift. So you're lifting from your glutes. If you feel this in your back, maybe lean forward a little bit more. Make sure that front belly is pulling in. You're not cranking that leg up any higher than you can feel it right there. So again, toe is pointed so the energy can move all the way through your body. If your foot's kind of tucked or it's not really flexed or pointed, the energy gets stuck in the foot. So feel the energy reach out through the toe. Hands are light. You can do this without your hands also if you want to find a little extra balance. Otherwise, light on the hands. We have 8 more here. Squeeze. I want you to find that little squeeze right there. Make sure your upper body's not starting to get lazy. Find that energy. We have 4 more here. Lift, squeeze, and squeeze. 2 more, then we're gonna lift at that high point. We're gonna lift and hold. The pulses up and up. So there's a little pause, lift, up, pause, up, pause. You're gonna feel your standing leg working too. Make sure you're not moving into your toes too much on that standing leg. Can you move back towards the center of the foot a little bit? Good, make sure both hips are facing forward. There's a lot of specific things going on here. We have 8, 7, 6. You're lengthening from head to toe, not just that leg, but the spine also. 3, and 2, and 1, hold. Just hold it. Bend that standing leg. Reach that leg a little bit deeper. Lengthen the spine just a tiny bit more. Move that energy back towards that heel on that standing foot. We're just gonna hold for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way in. We are going to figure 4 the standing leg. Bring it across gently, sitting the hips back. And I want you to flex the foot that's across. Sit the hips back. Good, nice deep breath in. Maybe come a little bit deeper into the stretch. And we rise up with an inhale and exhale. All right, next side. Facing the bar, feet in parallel again. Soften the knees. Pitch it forward from the pelvis. Hands light on the bar. We stretch the back leg back and we turn the hip, the knee and the toe out a little bit. So we're not in parallel with the back leg. We're just gonna lift, pause, tap, lift, So see if you can feel into your mind body and come down into that glute and feel that little squeeze, a little extra squeeze at the top. Our muscles love when we pay attention to them. They really respond, I promise. Stretch. Again, play around. Can I balance here? From head to toe, I'm stretching my inner canvas out. So it's a lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze. We have 6 more here, 6. Point that toe, get that energy to flow out through the toes. 3 more. You lift high and hold. Now it's lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze. Tiny little movements. Keep cleaning it up. If you need to be here, you can do the work here. You're gonna feel it. So find a different angle if it doesn't feel good. It's a challenge for sure. We don't grow unless we challenge ourselves a little bit. Not torture, but challenge. Think different word. Lift and lift. We have 8, 7. Now you're just gonna lift and hold. Maybe bend the standing leg a little bit more. Move energy back towards the heel. Square off those hips. Lift and hold at your highest point. Keep holding. If you want to find a little balance again, now's the time. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! I felt it on my standing leg. So we're going to take that working leg mindfully across, sitting back, and then flex the toes on that crossed foot. Lots of beautiful standing work today. Now we get to come to the floor, which is more relaxing in some ways and more challenging in others. All right, so it's going to find your mats, find your water. Finding sighing releases a lot of stress. One more. All right, from here, we're going to do 2 options. We're going to try both. If you have terrible wrist issues, please come down to your forearms, but we're going to do plank, full arm plank, and forearm plank. And we're just going to hold them. Not a lot of movement. Sometimes that's all we need. So, to find a plank, I walk my hands forward. I make sure my hands are maybe in front of my shoulders, slightly wider. I roll my shoulders back and down, and I move my energy forward towards my wrists. I tuck one toe back and press through that heel so deeply that I get a stretch in my calf. Now I want to tuck my pelvis under one more moment, stretch the other leg back behind. Now, if anything, I don't want you down here. I want you to push the floor away. Lift. If you need to pop the hips up, that's fine. If you need to have one knee down, that's fine, but keep that core engaged. So keep refining your plank. Keep pushing the floor away. Press through those heels. Tuck your pelvis and pull your front ribs up a little bit and lengthen through the crown of the head. So we're just going to hold here for another 30 seconds. Okay, if you need to take a break, come down, come right back up. This is an amazing abdominal work. It works the entire body, head to toe, if you use your energy. So let's inhale through our nose. Exhale through the mouth. Clean it up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. So you're feeling your strength here. Pushing that floor away and lengthening the spine always. Continue that connection. Keep doing toes stay tucked here for a stretch. Armpits towards the knees, head comes down. And then we're going to come into that forearm plank. So from here, we're going to round up and start to extend the spine as we come down to our forearms. Shoulders in place, tuck your heel back, tuck your pelvis, stretch the other leg back, find your nice plank. So same thing here, you're pressing your full forearm down and away on the mat. You're pushing down and forward with the arms, pressing back with the heels, hips are slightly lifted, front ribs are pulling up. Keep engaging the front body here. Keep relaxing the neck, but keep the spine active, lengthening, lengthening, and lengthening. Now we're just going to breathe here. Inhale through the nose, exhale. And as you inhale, pull the belly in deeper. Exhale. Inhale, pull the belly in deeper. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more, you got it. And the knees come down. Now from here, we're just going to roll to that side. Finding another forearm activity here. Shoulder in place, the bottom knee is going to bend, top leg's going to extend. We're going to do some side body work here. So making sure your arms not too far underneath you or too far away. You're going to be using this bottom leg just a little bit. Make sure the hips are stacked here. Flex that foot that's extended, and we're going to lift the hips. I want you to feel that arch. So let the head drop to the shoulder and listen to that shoulder a little bit. Hips are lifted here. We're just going to hold here a little bit. If you want a little bit more, the arm can reach to the sky. If you want a little bit more, you reach the arm overhead. If you want a little bit more, you lift that leg and you keep pressing and stretching through that heel. You're stretching away. Now your belly pulls in, your front ribs draw down a touch. Make sure your hips are stacked, and we're just going to hold. Hold. Feel your strength. Increase that length through your body. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you're here, the foot comes down. Then the arm comes up, hand comes to the hip, and the hip comes down. Now we're going to hold here just for a moment. We're going to do 8 hip lifts here. So it's 8, lift, and down. So you're using that same intention as we were with that last exercise, but you're pausing right there. You want to feel that lower waist lift, hold. You're getting some nice arm work here. Good. Let's do 4 more. 4. It's okay if you lift just a ½ inch off the floor. You're engaging all those muscles that are necessary. Last one. And go ahead and bend your knees, press yourself up. You're going to do a nice swan stretch. Let's call it a mermaid. How about a mermaid stretch? I just want you to feel that length to that side we just worked so beautifully. And then from here, you're just going to sweep your hands out wide towards that front knee. And you're just going to bring your elbows wide as you lengthen your spine out. Stretch the back leg out. So you're just giving a nice stretch through that front thigh. Elbows wide, spine is long. So we're not collapsing to the floor. Our chest is active here. And then we're just going to sweep around to the other side. All right. Same on the other side. Sometimes it feels very different. So from here, the hips stack. Stretch through that foot, flex the foot. So I'm explaining this for people who haven't done side plank. If you already are in your body and you know it, go ahead and come right up and just listen to me talk while you're moving your body. So we're pressing and lifting. I want you to arch a little higher. Press down with that forearm. If you want more, the arm reaches up. Again, you can stay right where we were. The hand can be on the mat. You can be ½ inch off the floor. If you want more, you reach the arm overhead. You stretch. If you'd like to add more, you lift the leg. You press through that heel. So the fingertips to the heel. I'm lengthening as much as I can. I want to make sure those front ribs are drawing down a little bit and the pelvis belly go here for a moment. Let the spine drop a little bit. See how that feels versus belly in, spine lifted up and over. Feels very different to me. Then the hands will come around, pulling this knee towards you a little bit, elbows wide. You're leaning, lengthening out over that knee. So you're doing a front kick there. Stretch, and then stretch the back leg out. Our back. So we're going to bend the knees to begin. We're going to sit up nice and tall, shoulders back and down, and we're going to mindfully come down to the mat. So you're tucking your tailbone under. I want you to try and get your lower back into the mat before your rib cage. So you can use your hands for a break, but it's really your abs that are the break. And we're thinking of laying down each bone, giving each bone its time to stretch and lengthen, coming all the way down, lengthen the back of the neck. And then go ahead and just turn left and right with the head there. Good. And then we're going to hold center. We're going to slide our heels closer to our bottom. And then from here, we're going to circle the arms up and around behind the head. You're going to interlace your fingers at the base of your spine, your skull there. Elbows are wide. We're just going to just keep the upper body down on this round. But first, I want you to think of anchoring your lower back into the mat. So see what it takes to pull your belly in and up, lengthen the lower back into the mat so everything's nice and strong. Now, before we move anything, I want you to think of, oh, I can almost lift my feet off the floor. Notice where the pressure on your spine is when you try to lighten up your feet. I want it mostly in your lower sacrum, lower back, rib cage. Now from there, elbows wide. You're just going to lift one foot up. Now anchor again through that lower back, pull the belly in, and lift the other foot up. Now we're just going to do some toe taps. So you're just going to tap one, two, that toe down, and then lift the other toe, and lift. So I'm not letting my spine change shape at all. My abs are connecting my spine to the mat. I'm not so much tucking my tailbone under, squeezing my bottom. I am just lengthening my lower back towards the mat. Good. We're going to do one more toe tap each side. It's up to you to feel that deep abdominal connection right there. One more. Now both toes are going to tap. I want you to make sure if your back starts to really arch, don't come all the way down to the floor. They become just partial. And lift. Tap. And lift. So see if you can make your rib cage down a little bit and keep the upper back on the mat. Good. We have two more. You can stay doing this, or you can add an upper body curl. So from here, as the knees come up, we curl up and tap down. Again, do not let that lower back come too far off the mat. Make sure your ribs do not come off the mat. Tap and lift. Inhale. Exhale. We just have two more here. And on this next one, you can keep the upper body lifted or keep it down. We're going to hold, and we're going to stretch both legs out and in. And I want you to feel as if there's a resistance right here. Your knees can only come so far in. And resist. If you'd like to add on, you can let the lower body come down here, curl up. Again, do not let that back come off the mat, so maybe you don't lift your upper body. Maybe your legs reach to the sky instead. Reach and lift. Good, feeling stronger with each one. We have three more. Two. Last one. We curl up and we hold. Now bring the feet in alignment with the knees, single leg stretch, reach and pull. Same thing, I want you to feel as if there's a wall here and you want to pull your knee into that wall. There's that inner resistance deep in that belly. Upper body can be down here. See what's happening with your lower back and ribs as we reach. We're going to add a crisscross, so you're going to rotate your shoulder towards that knee and switch. Again, your legs can be here, your upper body can just be leaning. Find the connection that works for you as we tilt and tilt. Let that breath flow in and out. Anchor that lower back towards the mat. Good. We have two more each side. You've got it. Two. Switch. One. Switch. Pull the knees in. Hold. Hold. Now bring the elbows in. Try to tap your knees to elbows. Knees to elbows. Good. Nice and strong. We have 5 more. 2 more. And then we'll come all the way up to sit up. And from here, we're just gonna go ahead and butterfly those feet. Ah, we did it. Let gravity let those knees drop out. Maybe bring your feet a little bit closer. So we're taking our time coming in. We're not cranking those heels in and pushing those knees down. You're just letting gravity open up those hips. I like to lean forward sometimes and massage the arch of my foot. Just feeling into your feet and connecting into the entire body there. And then we're gonna sweep our hands behind us, fingertips facing back. I just want you to lift the chest and gaze up. So here I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So you're gonna get a nice stretch of the shoulders and the arms too. And then bring your chin down, but keep the squeeze of the shoulder blades and the chest open. Now I want you to tuck your tailbone and pull the belly back. And we're just gonna bring those knees up. And then from here we're gonna slide the legs out wide. And we're just gonna go ahead and rotate towards one leg. You're just gonna give yourself a reach across on the outside of that leg, and you're gonna lengthen your spine out and over. Feel that length of the side, because we did some nice sideline work here today. And take a nice big inhale, we'll switch sides. Inhaling, lifting, twisting, and reaching. Coming back up, we're just gonna walk our hands out. Think of your chest leading the way as your hands walk. It's not how far you go, it's where you start to feel the stretch for yourself. Now from here, we're just gonna flex the toes back and point. Feeling the difference in the back of the legs as the feet move. Flex and point. Now we're gonna circle the ankles, circle them around. We're gonna do both directions, but you can even let your hips move if you want, not just the ankles. Or you can just let the ankles move, circle. Let's reverse those circles out and around. Good. One more round. Point the toes, lean forward one more time. If you want a little extra stretch, reach one arm, then the other arm. Notice how that just really pulls you deeper into a stretch with those arms reaching. And then we're gonna lift the spine all the way up. Bring your legs around into a cross-leg position, hands on the knees, a big shoulder roll. I also want you to feel the length of the spine. So settling your sits bones down into the earth. I want you to draw some energy up through the earth, up through your tailbone, all the way up the spine and up into the cosmos, or up beyond the sun. And from there, I want you to feel that light from the sun traveling all the way down that spinal cord and all the way down into the earth. Knowing that we're here walking on this precious planet, this is our home, and just remembering today how much love we have for this precious planet that is allowing us all the beauty that we have that's around us. So being grateful for everything, and I'm grateful for you. Let's take a nice big inhale up. Pulling down into your heart, thanking your body for showing up and being willing and moving with me. I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next Sunday. Again, I have a class on Thursdays at 11. I think, Irene, you're going to join us. That's always open to anyone, so please join me. If you have any questions or comments, please just email me, and I'll get to it. Thank you.
Thank you. It was great.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.